And welcome to another episode of What's Happening Now. I'm your host, Jenny Leiker, and we're on location today at the Great Bend Zoo. And I have here with me Sarah Hamlin, and Sarah has been so kind to do another tour of the zoo for us. Last year we were here and had a great time, and we thought we definitely need to come back. So, Sarah, to start with, tell us who's watching the show behind us.
All right, we have Luke right behind us, and behind him is Mombasa, our 20-year-old lion, and Luke is just 3 years old. They're pretty special to us. Everybody loves lions, and we love them a whole lot too. One thing that's really unique about these two is that they're both males, and because of their age difference, normally they would not get along, but ours do, and we're really lucky that they're best friends. So.
I know that sometimes when you come in the morning, you can really hear them throughout the whole zoo and kind of through the town, can't you?
Right, so they spend the night inside, and then when they get let out in the morning, they have to call out their territory. So that's them letting all the other lions in the area know that this is their turf.
Well, thank goodness, because there's probably a lot of them roaming around.
Yes.
So. Now, you've had some babies in the zoo recently, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We actually have our Arctic fox kits, one of them coming out to join us. We had 6 born this year. We had 8 last year. Ashley's going to...
Thank you, Ashley.
So this is one of our Arctic fox kits. This week they turn 8 weeks old. So we have 3 out of the 6 that are actually moving to their new zoos next week. But we'll hang on to one of them until the fall. His zoo doesn't need him until September or October. So right now these guys can be seen on our closed circuit television system up in the Raptor Center. That's where they're living together, so that we can get lots of quality time with them, because they are all moving to be education ambassadors for their species.
Do you mind if I hold him?
Sure, go ahead.
So the more they're handled, the more they're going to be ready to be the ambassadors, is
Right,
that right?
right, yeah. So, you know, they'll do education programs at their new zoo, so it's important for us to handle them as much as possible so they get used to
Sorry, eating my mic.
so they get used to wearing a harness. You know, we have a radio going back there so they hear different sounds and things like that, and we're trying to expose them to as much new things as possible so it's not so scary later.
Well, absolutely adorable, and it's nice that you get to hang on to one till the fall, so make sure that you come out to the zoo and see him before he's at his new home. And also you have another new critter we're going to talk about, is that right?
Ashley's going to bring out Norbert, our new 3-banded armadillo. We just acquired him for our own education program.
Norbert, you said?
Yes,
he's rolling up.
His name is Norbert. So yes, he's a 3-banded armadillo, and most people around here have seen 9-banded armadillos. We have those that live natively, and they're named based on these bands, how they fold up. So these guys he's full grown, so obviously a lot smaller than the ones that live around here. And these 3-bandeds are actually the only kind of armadillo that, let's see if he'll do it for us, will close completely into a ball. You know, they have that little helmet on their head, and they can actually completely collapse up to protect all those vital organs inside.
Well, if you could turn them around again, tell us, I would have never guessed that armadillos are hairy.
Yeah.
Is that general with all the armadillos?
Yes,
or?
they actually are. They are, and you can even, you know, maybe you can see that there's hairs here on the back and everything too. And there's actually one species of armadillo. It's called the hairy armadillo, and it's quite a bit hairier than even he is.
Now, I had asked you before the show. I had read that armadillos carry a dangerous bacteria, and you said that that's just a myth. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's a common misconception that armadillos have leprosy. I don't believe any armadillo has ever actually been tested for leprosy. I'm not sure where that myth came up, but they're actually completely safe to handle.
Well, that's excellent to know, although probably you wouldn't want to go handle one in the wild.
Right, yes. We like to leave our native wildlife native and leave them alone. But if you happen to be here when we have Norbert out, or you know, children come for programs, we allow them to pet Norbert and there's no risk there.
And you have a variety of animals here that are educational, so that's another
Right.
great thing about the zoo here,
Right.
I think. Well, there's also a lot of new things going on in other parts of the zoo, so we're going to take a quick break and come back and talk about some exciting things that are happening for the bears and a new animal or an old animal that's coming back.
Make a difficult choice an easy one with Cedar View Assisted Living's knowledgeable and caring staff. Your loved one will be professionally taken care of as they transition into their new community. With movies, holiday parties, planned exercises, and games, residents will have opportunities every day to enjoy their time at Cedar View. Multiple room styles are available, ensuring a just right fit for your loved one. Come see Cedar View Assisted Living for yourself next to Sternberg Museum. The care you need, the home you want.
The Rusty Tractor in Kensington offers big city dining with a small town feel. The Rusty Tractor features hand-cut steaks, burgers, wraps, and more, all with generous portions and quality products. The Rusty Tractor is proud to serve the area farming communities and welcomes everyone. Come as you are in your boots and jeans. You'll be right at home. Open daily and conveniently located on Highway 36. For more information, find them on Facebook, or for a full menu, visit rustytractorkensington.com.
The plumber said there's something wrong with my water. It looks like you have hard water. You need a water softener. Let me show you the options we have. Hey, do you guys deliver salt? We sure do. What about drinking water? We have water coolers and drinking water systems. We even have bottled water.
Find us on Facebook and itsbetterwater.com. And remember,
It's not just water, it's better water!
Here come the Men in Black trucks for all your home needs.
If you need repairs or a professional to check your home for damage, call the local guys you know and trust at AquaShield Roofing and Construction. Their 5-year warranty will give you the peace of mind you need from a company that will be there to stand behind their work. Call AquaShield Roofing and Construction at 785-475-2533 or visit aquashieldroofing.com today.
Well, Sarah and I have moved over to one of the bear enclosures, and this is one of my favorite places in the zoo because these bears are so much fun to watch. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about the bears that we've got behind us.
So one bear that can't be seen right now is our oldest bear, Max. He's in the cave over there. He comes out for his breakfast and then goes back to sleep. You know, he's an old man. He was brought here about 29 years ago from Yellowstone. He was a full-grown adult bear, so we know he was at least 5 years old then. His story's pretty interesting. He was a cattle killer, so it was moved to a zoo or no more Max. So he moved here and he's had a good long life here. He's pretty spry for his at least 34 years of age, which is really old for a bear. He has no teeth left because he's just broken them over the years. So he's got some arthritis, so we manage that with some pain meds. But our kids keep him young. We have 3 cubs that, well, they're not so much cubs anymore, but they're still considered cubs because they're only 3.5 years old. They don't become full-grown bears until they're 5 years old. So out here we have Winnie, Pooh, and Piglet. Winnie and Pooh are our brother bears, and their sister is Piglet.
Well, who is that? Do you know which one that is playing in the pool
Winnie.
behind us?
That's Winnie Bear. They all love their pool, but Winnie especially spends most of his time in the pool.
So there's some kind of exciting things coming for these bears. Tell us about what's coming.
There is. So in January, we were granted a $130,000 grant from the Dorothy M. Morrison Foundation that we're very grateful for. But that money will allow us to completely renovate this exhibit. So we'll be expanding this exhibit by about 50% and redoing the fence work completely. They'll get some new features like a climbing structure, and the feature we're all most excited about is a much larger pool.
Well, they obviously aren't excited because they don't know, but those in the community that know about this are very excited.
Right, yeah. So just like, you said you're so excited when you come see the bears and how interactive they are and entertaining. They spend almost all of their time active. So they're a huge feature in our community and one of the brightest spots in the zoo that everybody loves to come watch them because they are so entertaining.
So when are we thinking, or when do you hope that that'll be complete?
So we don't have a definite timeline just yet. Right now we are working with the engineering firm PEC out of Wichita, and they have hired on GLMV architects. So we're very excited to have that partnership going. They're one of the major architects for zoos. They have contracts with all of the zoos in the state.
That's very exciting.
It's very exciting that we have their expertise on hand.
Well, good. Well, that'll be something you'll just have to keep your eye out for when you visit, and soon there'll be a new enclosure to check out. Now, another thing about the zoo that when I first started coming here 12 years ago, I guess it was, is there used to be buffalo, and they've been gone for quite some time. But they're coming back, is that right?
Yes, yeah. We also got another grant from the Dorothy M. Morrison Foundation for $100,000 to bring back bison. So I think it was about 5 years ago we had to place the bison we had. They had kind of overgrown their exhibit. So the exhibit had kind of aged like they do, and it wasn't working for us anymore. So with this grant, we'll be able to level what we've got and start fresh and bring bison back.
Well, that is very exciting, and I'm from Hayes, and we sure enjoy. I don't know if they're bison or buffalo that we have in Hayes, but we sure enjoy them.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun to have them back. And who do we hear honking behind us?
That's our trumpeter swan pair. You're hearing Swanson, our male, because his female Bella is sitting on a nest right now. So we're hoping any day now that the egg that they're sitting on will hatch. They had one chick last year born or hatched, and it moved to Emporia Zoo in Kansas to be a companion for their swan. So you know, we're really excited that hopefully that'll be coming soon. But he trumpets like that to warn anybody that might be coming around to leave his lady alone.
So probably it wouldn't be advisable to go try to take a peek.
Right.
Well, perfect. And then Poppy is also one of the local celebrities here. Last year, if you saw the What's Happening Now episode here, Poppy was relatively young at that time. Poppy is a little bit bigger now. Is Poppy full grown now?
Yeah, she is full grown. She weighs about 50 pounds now. So in last year's segment, she was climbing on Nicole's shoulders and everything. And she tries to do that now, but it weighs us down quite a bit. She has moved into what was Spidey's old exhibit. So, you know, we were sad to say goodbye to him, but it's been a great opportunity for her to experience a new part of the zoo. So she's doing really well. In October, she turns 2 years old. So we don't really use her for education programs anymore. She's gotten a little bit too big, but she still loves interacting with people. And anytime somebody comes to visit her and talks to her, she's happy to interact with them.
And for I guess for those of you that didn't see the show last year, tell a little bit about what Poppy is.
She's a binturong. They're also known as a bear cat, but we don't like to use that term because they're not related to bears or cats. So we get lots of questions about what she is. It's always, you know, what is she? And we say a binturong, and they say, what? A binturong, you know. So she's one of those animals you really just have to come see her to appreciate what she is. She's a very unique individual. I've been working in zoos for about 8 years, and she's the first one I've ever seen. So it's pretty special having her here.
Well, great. Well, for those of you that haven't been here yet, or those that have been here many times, one of the things I love too about the zoo is it's free. And it's one of the last remaining free zoos in the country. So make sure that you take a visit out and check out all the things that are happening here. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to get together with another Sarah, and we're going to talk about a really cool event that's coming up at the zoo.
If you could, what would you have in your kitchen? The quietest dishwasher? Sure. A big 28 cubic foot refrigerator? Oh yeah. A true convection wall oven? Check. You'll find Frigidaire professional kitchen appliances at Genuine Appliance in Hayes. They have all that, plus real stainless steel for fewer fingerprints and smudges. Frigidaire at Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th in Hayes. Your dream kitchen doesn't have to be a dream anymore.
The easiest way for you to get anywhere in the country is the Hayes Regional Airport. Twice daily flights between Hayes and Denver means you are only 45 minutes from over 100 direct flights to get you to your destination as quick as possible. Service from SkyWest has completely changed the flight experience out of Hayes thanks to their 50-passenger jets that include complimentary beverages and an in-flight restroom. With free parking and short security lines, there has never been a better time to use the Hayes Regional Airport. The next time you travel, check Hayes first at flyhays.com to see the time and money you could save.
You should never run out of the important stuff.
Really?
If your current wireless plan leaves you at the end of your rope, imagine how you'll feel with Nex-Tech Wireless with unlimited everything. Nex-Tech Wireless gives you the freedom to go as far as you want. Nex-Tech Wireless, something different.
All Faiths Funeral Chapel and Smith Center can help you and your loved ones prepare for a difficult time with pre-arranged funeral planning. Not only will it be a stress reliever during a tough time, it will save your family money by locking in a guaranteed rate so funeral costs will be less of a burden. Pre-arranged funeral plans now have options to make paying for a funeral easier, such as a 3, 5, and 7-year payment option. Call 785-686-4120 or visit allfaithsfuneralchapel.com.
Well, I'm back with another Sarah, and I have Sarah Shirer with me, and Sarah is a member of the Great Bend Zoological Society, and Nex-Tech and the Zoological Society are working together on a wonderful event this year called Wine in the Wild. And Sarah and I wanted to visit with you a little bit about it. But to start with, Sarah, tell us a little bit about why you love this zoo so much.
I grew up about 3 blocks away from here. In fact, in the morning in the summer, I remember when the windows in my bedroom would be open and I'd just barely start waking up, I could hear the lions roar, I could hear the peacocks calling back and forth. You know, as kids, those were in the days where we could just decide, let's run and have a picnic at the zoo. And so we'd all grab the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and our moms would send us off, and a bunch of us would come down, just hang out for the day. And got to know this place very well. All of the animal residents, every toy, every pond. It was a great place to grow up.
Well, and it's hard not to love this zoo. It's so personal. It's different than in a big city. You really probably almost form a relationship with the animals.
You can get up closer and a little more in person than you can in the larger zoos. It's very nice.
And Sarah, I've been enjoying, you've been taking care of the zoo's Facebook page. One of the people, you've been sharing some beautiful photos. If you don't follow the Great Bend Zoo's Facebook page, you're really missing out. The pictures of the peacock the other day were just extraordinary, but that's a lot of fun.
Jake is a handsome guy.
He really is, and
he's
kind of a show-off, but we like that.
Yeah, that's right.
So this year will be the 2nd annual Wine in the Wild, and last year Nex-Tech was the host of Wine in the Wild, but this year we're very excited because the Zoological Society is hosting as Nex-Tech as the major sponsor of the event. So Wine in the Wild is going to be held on what date?
It's going to be September the 10th from 5 to 8 in the evening. Tickets will go on sale electronically on the Facebook page for the Zoological Society the evening of the 18th of August.
July 18th, right?
July 18th,
yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I know, the months go by so quickly, don't they? So by the time you see this, you'll be able to buy your tickets. You can visit the Facebook page and there'll be a link, and also gbzoosociety.org is the website where the tickets go on sale. So to tell you why you would be buying a ticket, the zoo is, as I mentioned before, 100% free. And it costs a lot of money to run a zoo, doesn't it?
Yes, it
does. Feeding the animals, veterinary visits. You would be shocked to know it costs $7,000–8,000 a year just to feed one bear, if I'm quoting that right. And we have multiple animals here.
We're very fortunate.
So we put together this wonderful event. Tell people about some of the things that they'll enjoy that night.
Where do I start? Oh my goodness. We're going to have food stations with hors d'oeuvres and wine sampling. We will have live music. We're going to have a silent auction with a wide variety of items available. Some of my favorites are going to be the animal artwork, which will be framed and ready for sale, done by our local animal residents. And it's so unusual and fabulous.
That was one of the most popular things last year. You get to see the original works of art with a photo of the animal that made it.
Yes.
And we have something new this year. I know a lot of you, and this is a 21 and up event, I should mention, but
yes.
a lot of you love the wine, and we're excited to be working with Rosewood Winery again this year. But new this year is there's also going to be beer sampling as well. So there's something for everybody. So when you come through, you come in, you stop at the different stations and try the wine or the beer and the food.
The hors d'oeuvres are going to be fabulous.
I believe that we're working with the country club this year. Is that
Bend-Brit.
right? And I've heard, I haven't had a chance to have their food, but I've heard that it is really delicious.
It is just out of this world.
So there's a limited number of tickets as well. Is that right?
That's correct.
We have to limit it to about 300 people. So you don't want to wait too long to buy your tickets. And it's a wonderful date night. It's a wonderful group night.
Yes.
We moved the hours this year. Last year it was 6 to 9. We moved it to 5 to 8. What was the thought behind that?
Oh, I think it's just a little easier to get over here right after work. You don't have quite so long to wait. Now, last year we arranged to have a full moon. I don't know that we can do that this year, but it did make it a perfect date night.
That was the worry. The moon we just couldn't count on for sure. So on that Saturday we moved it to 5 to 8 because it got dark last year at the end. So you're still going to get to enjoy the nice evening, but hopefully you won't be using your flashlight as you're getting around in the zoo.
That's right.
And the band that we have, they were here last year as well, and they play
the J. Bennett little big band.
Oh, they were so good.
They're awesome.
What kinds of music do you think people will be able to hear?
Oh my goodness. The traditional big band swing music, there'll be a lot of that prominently played, but they play anything. It's going to be so much fun.
And you can hear that music because of the wonderful location. We'll set up right behind in the middle of the zoo. So as you're wandering around enjoying the zoo, you'll get to hear that music all throughout. We'll have tables set up all around, the auction items. It's just a fantastic night. And it's been wonderful for Nex-Tech to work with the Society this year, and we cannot wait for this event. So it's on September 10th. 5 to 8 p.m. at the Great Bend Zoo. Make sure you get your tickets, gbzoosociety.org, or you can visit the Facebook page of the Great Bend Zoological Society. If you have any questions, you are also more than welcome to call myself at Nex-Tech, Jenny Leiker, and ask questions. And we're still taking sponsors even for the event.
Yes,
so it's not too late for you to get your sponsorship in either. Well, thank you for coming with me today. We always love being at the Great Bend Zoo. I would probably do one here every month if I could. But there's a lot of other great places that we need to share too.
Thanks for coming over.
And make sure that you tune in next time so you know what's happening now. And there's a lot of great things going on in our community.